So it's going to be a tough task given AI in agriculture powered by aerospace. They've gone much more deeper into simulation and scientific approach. I'll try to keep it instead of high level. So healthcare and AI is the topic given. See, what I want to structure, given 20 minutes to me, to just dive in and see what healthcare is all about in a summarized manner worldwide. Where we really stand in terms of healthcare and health tech and AI, and what is possible and what is happening. Probably the last part I will touch upon what is the foundation required if really AI is going to impact healthcare. In the last few years, if you look at it, there are several technology, and I just don't want to get into all of this. Most of it, starting from robotic surgery to several aspects of treatment, and then doing various other startup companies coming up with a various neural network model into solving healthcare problems. Everybody makes an assumption that technology is going to solve the healthcare problems. So there's no doubt digital and AI is going to play a pivotal role. But let's look at very closely what happened last 25, 30 years. When you take last 25, 30, 40 years of innovation in healthcare or medical sciences, it made one assumption that you have to bring in technology when a patient is with a doctor. When I'm with a doctor, either we are with a doctor in a clinic, or in an operation theatre, or in a procedure room, or in hospital ward. And if you are staying in a hospital or in a health institution, let's say somebody is staying in a hospital for about 4 days, hardly about a maximum an hour or so doctors spend time with you. So the technology is required beyond doctors. While I admire the metaverse and avatars, doctors can be replaced, no primary care GP is required. I admire all of this innovation. But let's look at the bigger problem. 2/3 of the world's healthcare problem is not to have a treatment with a doctor, but how to find a right doctor. Each one of us knows what it goes through in our life today. So given all this technology, I tend to tell healthcare as an industry, but a lot of people disagree, and a lot of IITs think that suddenly non-commercial education institutions are very, very less in our country, and IIT is one of them. So healthcare can be a sector or industry, however you want to call, but intuitively, this is an area where I mean, art is the oldest sector or industry in the world, intuitively. From the time of existence of a human being, we have been falling sick, somebody has to treat them. Whether you take Sushruta or Hippocrates, the first we have electronic medical record, the first medical record, Epictetus, created in stone. So given, I want to quickly go to dive into how the healthcare is delivered in our country. If we take public healthcare, we have a fantastic model evolved just after independence. We said India is made up of rural India, so government has to take the responsibility of healthcare. We developed a structure. If you go to a village level, a small room in a village level, we call as a sub-center. The recent government calls as a wellness center. And then we have a primary health center, we have a community health center, we have a taluk level or area level, block level hospitals, we have district hospital. Most of the current generation, we are experiencing only a corporate, private, city hospitals. But this is rural India's public healthcare system, and which covers about 60 to 65% of our people are intended to cover. And about 60% of our budget comes from the state government fund, 40 to 45% comes from the central government. Healthcare is a state subject, and government has an 100% responsibility of delivering healthcare. But post 1970s, when you look at it, government operates in a mode, a pseudo mode, a partial responsibility for healthcare. So that is our public health system. What is our private health system? It's a familiar face. When you go technology in public health system, which is very minimal, hospital information system, electronic medical record, or having a high tech across the board is very minimal in public health system. But in the recent time, it is going good. And Ayushman Bharat, Digital Health Mission, and National Health Mission can really make a big impact. We have big hopes and aspirations in the next 10 years to healthcare to really disrupt and change. When you look at private healthcare, while one end we have fantastic equipment created by GE, Philips, Siemens, or some of the great companies in the world. On the other end, when you look at health systems, we call as an hospital information system on EMR. It's all focused in Indian, I'm talking about India, I'll come to global. If you look at Indian perspective, there are only two things. When you go look at very carefully a private hospital, how their IT system works, there are only two parameters they have. One is related to revenue. As soon as you walk into an hospital, the billing department, reception, all of these are designed in such a way that it's a revenue-oriented IT system. Then we go a little deeper. The drug issuance or material issuance is the next system. So there are two doors in the hospital. Technology door. One door is for revenue. Another door is for drug or material issuance. This is the way in India technology evolved over a period of last 20 years. So let's quickly go to the other side of the world, the Western world. If India, if we think we are in this manner, Western world is worse than that. It's not better. And if you look at US health system, I call them it is highly payer driven. What it means is, to summarize for the audience, the most of the health processes, what is the treatment protocol is predominantly driven, I won't say decided, are driven by the payers. The majority payers in the Western world is the insurance companies or government insurance providers. The second part, which is the provider, the hospitals, they are a provider centric. That means the way I want to treat, the way I want to create efficiency if I own a hospital, that is the way I treat. And these two put together, last 20, 30, 40 years, the technology developed and which has driven towards an electronic medical record. So this is the topography of the worldwide healthcare. I just, in the interest of time, I quickly want to move. So, in this picture, on today's technology or yesterday's technology, there's one example, a real video, which we have implemented in Tata Memorial Hospital about 5-6 years before. I just want to show you what is possible. Before showing the video, I'll tell you the problem of it. If you go through a surgery in any hospital, the most important information which you need to carry with you is the operation theatre note or the surgical note they call in dental. Because a doctor has opened your body part, and has seen it. That doctor documenting it in the best possible way is the best scan anybody can have. Now, in the world of so many high demand healthcare industry, this particular activity is trivialized. Or it is personified as the only doctor can think and he can write. So you can watch the top doctors, they'll come out of the surgery room, they'll walk like in a stylish manner, so many people will follow, he will dictate, he completes the whole job in about 2 minutes. What is very important for an important life information, which is done in a most different way, I would say. I don't want to blame anything. So we attempted this, how do we solve this problem? By keeping the healthcare in culture. So I'll show you the video. Can you play the video? And I think today's organizers are having a lot of challenges. So what exactly this video is going to demonstrate is, in the operation theatre, when a doctor is doing the surgery, at any time he can activate like an Alexa or a Siri. He can speak whatever information he wanted, as simple as that. It's a voice to text technology which we already have very much. But the interesting part is, if you take any specialist or any special surgeon, they maximum in an average do over 10 to 12 different surgeries. So there is an additional doctor, a junior doctor, or a junior medical science person was trained with the doctor to write how to write the operational notes for those 10, 12 different surgeries. We did about 5,000 surgeries like that. First, initially, the notes dictated, audio to text communicated. The manually, this doctor was editing the notes. It is electronically sent to the EMR doctor's office. Now, once we cross, each doctor has more than 200, 300 surgeries. More than 95% of surgery notes is AIed. So that's why we have implemented it. So simple. And these kind of a point-focused solution, AI can really make healthcare efficient. The reason why I'm saying that is, today in India we are saying we have for every 2,000 people one doctor. That's actually statistically correct. But there are 36 major specializations in healthcare. If you go by specialization, this number increases by 10 times. For a mental health, psychiatrist, one is to more than 5.5 times. That's what our country situation. Now, this is true in Bangalore. But if you go 40 kilometers from Bangalore away, if you go 100, 150 kilometers from Bangalore away, it increases by another 10 times. Then finally what it ends up is, we have technically, practically, we have one doctor for every 2 lakh people. It is not possible to solve this problem by creating thousands and thousands of medical schools and trained doctors and all. It's not possible to solve, given the life. Even if we throw trillions of dollars in that, we cannot solve the healthcare problem without technology. Marrying technology at the right manner is the best way to do it. Can you see the next slide where that video is playing? Otherwise, I will talk to that often. I think it's playing audio.
Technology doesn't just react to health issues, but anticipates.
So this is a video. I'll just give you a quick introduction. It's an imaginary video, but it is practically possible today. And it is very difficult to implement. That's what my next topic is. Let's assume this video is said that a professor is traveling from US to Bangalore. And he is coming from a place which has got a different allergic condition. Let's say Texas, Austin, Texas or somewhere. And Bangalore has got a different climate weather, it has got a different pollen of allergic conditions. If somebody is going to travel into Bangalore, based on the previous allergic condition, you can very clearly predict if he lands in Bangalore, what is going to happen. So as soon as he books his ticket and does a travel plan to come to this conference, medication can start from him so that he doesn't fall sick when he comes to Bangalore. Even then, when he lands in Bangalore, little more allergy comes in. It can be managed over previously planned execution of healthcare. As simple as that. It is possible technology-wise today. But it is impossible the way the healthcare is today. That's what I'm going to talk to you next. Please.
Imagine a world where artificial intelligence is so advanced, it can predict your health needs before you're even aware of them. A world where technology doesn't just react to health issues, but anticipates them, offering solutions that are custom-tailored to each individual's unique physiology. This isn't science fiction. This is the reality of AI in healthcare today. Take, for instance, the journey of a professor from MIT who found himself traveling to the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore from the US for a seminar during the chilly winter season. Upon making his bookings, he received a notification. But this was not your typical travel alert. This was a personalized warning about potential allergy implications for his trip from the US to Bangalore. This wasn't a random one-size-fits-all alert. It had been generated based on the professor's specific allergy history, showing the power of AI's ability to personalize healthcare. The professor didn't just receive a warning, he received a full suite of personalized care instructions, along with the option to connect with an allergy specialist either immediately or at a time that suited him. Before his journey, he consulted with a specialist. The advised medication was procured, and a health patch was given to him. This wasn't any ordinary patch. This was a device equipped with AI technology designed to monitor his health condition remotely. When the professor landed in Bangalore, he began to show signs of an allergic reaction, sneezing, a runny nose. However, his health patch was one step ahead. The AI system picked up on these symptoms and immediately triggered a consult with the allergy specialist to address the situation. This professor's journey is a testament to the transformative power of AI in healthcare. It's a world where technology doesn't just react to health issues, but anticipates and prepares for them, offering personalized solutions tailored to each individual's unique health needs. AI played a crucial proactive role in managing the professor's allergies, ensuring he could focus on his seminar without the distraction of health concerns. So think about it. This is not a story from a distant future. This is happening right now. AI is revolutionizing healthcare, making it more personalized, more proactive, and more effective. It's a brave new world, and it's just the beginning. AI is here, and it's changing healthcare for the better. Imagine a world where artificial intelligence.
So, I just want to take about 2-3 minutes to explain why I'm talking with so much of conviction. The reason is, all this knowledge we have not gained from Tata Group overnight. This is being experimented more than about 5 million patients. And all over India, we have done several experiments. Just to give an idea that in 2015, it used to take minimum 2 days to see a doctor in All India Institute of Medical Science in New Delhi for 2 minutes for a person who was coming from anywhere in India. Just to see a doctor for 2 minutes, you have to wait for 2 days minimum. Sometimes it takes 15-20 days. This is not a healthcare problem. It's a problem of overall how to be really solved. So we solved it and ensured that every patient can see a doctor within 2 hours. We experimented deeper projects in cancer. We experimented a lot of projects in primary and secondary care and all over India. So this is about AIDS. AIDS used to look like this at 3 a.m. in the morning. People queue up at 3 a.m. in the morning, possibly to see a doctor in the afternoon after 3 o'clock. And that has changed. And in cancer care, we took 4 large cancer hospitals in the country, connected through technology, and managed various processes. One of the processes that I mentioned about the operation theatre. So close to about 1 million cancer patients we experimented to ensure the technology ran correctly. Then we also managed close to Bangalore, a district called Polar. The whole Polar health system on top of public health system we managed to ensure the technology is put in properly there. So in summary, I just wanted to close. Digital and AI is real. It can really make a huge difference in healthcare. The question is healthcare is real? The healthcare situation today, if you look at worldwide the care model, I put it in the left side. It is episodic in nature. That is, one episode to another episode. We go to a doctor when we fall sick. Health system assumes when we fall sick, you will find the doctor or you will find the care. Not other than healthcare, if you look at any, have you ever heard a doctor calling you? No. Doctor will never call you and say, how are you doing? You came last week, you had a headache, is it okay? No. So that is the problem. Second, what we have is the disjointed care. When you have stomachache, you go to a doctor or you go to a pharmacy, you take a medicine. You go to a small clinic, you go to a big hospital, you have this doctor. I have rheumatic pain, immediately I go to an orthopedic surgeon. And all of these are disjointed. The third point, over a period, only one reason of we made care only can happen in the hospital. We have made a method over a period of last 30 years, if you look at it, care can happen only in the hospital. The reason is many. One reason I will tell you. If you buy a CT scan or a linear accelerator, it costs us few million dollars. If you go to any other traditional industry, they will have 7 year, 8 years, 5 year life payback period. Then life expectancy is 10 years. Then capex replacement after 10 years. Those models are there. In healthcare, if they invest, they have to get it immediately. So what happens? All the CT scan, linear accident, everything is put in a centralized hospital so that you can get maximum number of people and treat them immediately. So the distribution aspect of it and connected aspect of it is not well thought through in healthcare. Because of the mother of all the problem is the availability of health professionals. The biggest problem of getting a doctor, you can imagine an MD doctor coming from UK or US, going to go 200, 300 kilometers away from Bangalore and sit in a rural India and take patients. Forget about remuneration that can be provided. As a country, we have a lot of disparity in terms of our lifestyle and our aspiration, which clearly impacts healthcare big time. Then the fourth point, the care, whatever care we have is extremely reactive, it is not proactive. And all of these problems put together. Then I mentioned about the Western world, payer-driven models. So all the health systems, we don't have any. Our own health science development of treating has not happened very much in India yet. So the most of it is our borrowed methods. The protocols given by Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, ICD-10, all of SNOMED CT, all of the standards only we follow. So because they're following that standard, the technology, operations, process, the way you treat a patient, everything is coming from that. Who designed it? It was designed by medical science and the doctors. Sorry to any medical doctors in the audience. I feel they are the last person to decide management process. Right? There are trained people how to define processes and reimagine and create systems around it. Now, all of these are the contributing to the healthcare. So we need to change this if we are going to leverage digital technology and AI in healthcare. How do we do it? So, Girish, it's nice to say this. You can define all the problems and everything. Do you have a solution? The solution is that what we experimented. The wisdom, knowledge we gained out of this experiment is four. Number one, network. When I say network, it is not a network of hospitals. Narayana Dea, Electronic City, Narayana Dea, Whitefield, Narayana Dea, Malaysia. That's not a solution. That is one aspect. Network of everything. Network of processes, network of people, network of equipment. Everything has to be network. Technology available. We all know that. In airline, aviation, aerospace, we do it easily. Why not in healthcare? Point number one. Point number two, processes. As I told, this healthcare processes are designed by the health scientists or the doctors. It has to be reimagined the today's technology. What has been taught in the second year of the MBBS as an anatomy is not the way. We got to really look at it. What is the processes to be redefined? Second part. Third part, which is technology platforms. We are isolated technology, dispersed technology. We need to bring all the standardized technology together, which has got, as Professor mentioned, intelligence. Healthcare intelligence has to be embedded in the healthcare platform. I'm not even talking about artificial intelligence. I'm just talking basic healthcare intelligence has to be embedded in the tech platform. The last one, people. Doctor is not healthcare. Doctor is one persona, an important critical persona of an healthcare delivery. We got to add more roles. We got our doctor, the other industries, we will have about 20 different roles. Sir is there in IT, we have several roles. Whereas when you go to healthcare, doctor, maximum nurse. Then we will have some workers, like this very minimal role definition. And everything pointing towards doctor, we cannot scale. So the people has to be brought in a new role. And combining all these things, we can solve all the problems what I mentioned. Then, if we make this ready, it is not difficult. We have done in every other sector. If we make it, healthcare will be ready for it. AI and technology is ready, but we have to make healthcare ready. Thank you for the opportunity.
give a token of appreciation.